So I claim that in today's world of work, and especially in a Masa construct of an internship, in today's world, you, Naomi, and Celine, and Gemaradol, and Thierry, and Lucy, and who else is here? Max Russell, and Rafaela Klein, and Rosa Cohen, and all of us, you, and me, and everybody else here, next to my office, we are all business units. What does that mean? Well, some of you studied business. What is a business unit? A business unit, sometimes it's called P&L unit. It's a profit and loss unit. It's a unit that is supposed to produce profits against losses. That's all. So in a way, you have input and you have output. And the whole idea is you better make sure that the output is bigger than the input. If you have a business, take any company from Google to the grocery store next to your house, it's a business, so it's a business unit. It has to produce more than it consumes. That is also true to small startups, to anybody. Now, in a way, that is also true for employees. If you're an employee, the basic thing you need to understand is that if people pay you, 90, you better produce 100. Meaning, if you produce 100, you're going to get paid 90. You can't get paid 100, and you can't get paid 110. You have to get paid less than what you produce, because in a cynical way, your employer has to profit over you. Otherwise, they would not hire you. For the same way that you would do with your future employees. On the other side, if you get 90, your time, your alternative, probably is worth less than 90. So your time is probably worth 80 to you, which is why you're willing to sell your time, blood, sweat, and tears for 90. In between that gap between 80 and 100, with 90 in the middle, lies the entire economy. Trade, commerce, hiring, the labor market, everything. Now, here's the thing. So we have to make sure the outputs are bigger than the inputs, duh. But in the old world of work, we know that, entrepreneurs and business leaders, the CEO, they have to think that way. But in the old world of work, we kind of think that like it's the boss's job to make sure that my output is bigger than my input. So in a way, I'm being told what my input is going to be, my salary, and I know what the expectations are for my output. I don't want to produce too much output if I'm not getting paid for it. So the default becomes, I want to keep it a little bit above the input in a fair way, but I take the input as granted. I hope that makes sense. If not, please write in the chat. So I'll pause and I'll explain. This is pretty basic stuff. But psychologically, in the old world of work, we kind of like see it as, soldiers in the army. It's the commander's job. That's why we call them the boss, the leader, the manager. They need to make sure my output is bigger than my input. And I claim that in today's world of work, it becomes your responsibility as employees, and we'll talk about what it means for Masa participants, but it is your responsibility to make sure that your output is bigger than the input. Not only that, if you accept the input as granted, all you can do is play with your output, control, the amount of output you produce. But if you think like a business unit, you say, okay, what is the potential input? And if I can produce more output, I can increase my input. So this is a little bit, I'm going to give an example in a few slides, but this is a little bit about the difference between thinking like an employee and thinking like an entrepreneur or a business unit.